Anyway, Michael Lofton gives a 10-minute presentation. But I want you to hear, this is not, let me just tell you ahead of time, this is not the kind of presentation that Jerry Matitix ever gave on Sola Scriptura in the 1980s. You see, it was listening to Jerry Matitix, Carl Keating, Patrick Madrid, and then after that, Jimmy Akin, that got me into dealing with the field of Roman Catholicism. But remember that what you are hearing today is very different. In fact, go back. I'm sure you can track him down someplace. Go back. There was a debate that Jerry Matitix did, and listen to the presentation, or just go back and listen to the presentations he made against me as recently as 93 or somewhere between 93 and 95 when we did the Sola Scriptura debate on Long Island that Chris Arnzen organized. Listen to his presentation. It's not this. It's not this. Listen to the last 1 minute, 90 seconds to 1 minute. Don't tune out, because it's key, absolutely key. Ready? All right, and let's go.
Thinking that I just quoted something from Martin Luther, one of the magisterial reformers, but in fact,
okay, just real quick, we've done Sola Scriptura. I've debated Catholic answers. I've debated Patrick Madrid. I've debated Jerry Matitix. I've debated Mitch Pacwa. I think Syngenis and I did that at some point. I'm not 100% certain, but we might have. We've done Sola Scriptura a number of times. When do you guys step up to bat? Anyway, we have a special program today. We are joined on Zoom by Cameron Bertuzzi, better known as Capturing Christianity Down Some.
Well,
Go ahead.
It's great to be here with you, James. I know that you've done some shows about some of the things that I've done, and it's just great. I appreciate the magnitude of this event. I think it's really cool that you invited me on and that we're able to do this. So I'll just tell you a little about my ministry, Capturing Christianity. So it started it stemmed from.
You got to understand, when I did my first debate with Jerry Matitix at St. Cyprian's Catholic Church in Long Beach in August of 1990, there was no internet, because I've been doing debates with Roman Catholics, and we've been discussing John 6 since the 90s. And of course, we're just the current generation doing it. This has been going on. For example, have you ever read Calvin's correspondence with Jerry Matitix?
No.
Highly recommend it to you. Of Geneva, got kicked.
Repeating that real quick?
Yeah, Jerry Matitix. I can't debate liberal Roman Catholics. I did a debate on the papacy back in 93 or I think it was 94 at Boston College, and I could just tell looking at.
Remember who it was with?
Well, I did two. I did two debates with Jerry Matitix, and then I did a 2-on-2 debate with Jerry Matitix and Robert Syngenis. And you could just.
Would you be interested in doing a dialogue with Jimmy Akin on my channel?
Depends on what the subject is. We tried to arrange debates on Sola Scriptura and things like that. I think the last time we had any conversation, I was like, let's talk. We need to talk about Jerry Matitix, and everything sort of died at that point because no one wants to talk about Jerry. And I understand why. I wouldn't want to talk about Jerry, especially when Jimmy Akin and I were on the Bible Answer Man together, and that was during John Paul II. And if you want to talk about differences, there they are. We can talk about the difference between John Paul II and Jerry Matitix, he and I. The point is, things have changed in the current situation, and you can find Roman Catholics who are at Boston College. They don't believe anything. You'll find Roman Catholics at Boston College do not believe the bodily assumption of Matitix. I mean, the fact of the matter is, go ahead.
That's actually a great segue, if you don't mind. I wanted to, one of my goals in our conversation today was, I mean, in line with my channel's goals, and I want to like have experts on and get their views and everything.
Actually,
it'd be great to like run through a list of
people want to hear from you, and they want to hear us talking. We'll do that. I had a sort of semi-viral blog post a number of years ago in response to Jerry Matatik's my top 10 reasons to question Roman Catholic Church. I'll send that to you, and maybe if Rich could look it up and maybe send me the link, I can provide it to you. But I want to make sure that we really cover that, and then I do want to ask before we wrap up. I want to ask what your understanding now is, and what it was from your church, or whether your church just didn't talk about it. And that is in regards to Jerry Matatik's. So trust me, I'll at least give you the interpretation that has been given to me by all the Roman Catholics I've debated on the papacy, which includes Jerry Matatik's and other people. And by the way, if you've not heard my debates with Jerry Matatik's, I highly recommend them to you. But anyways, I wish you could watch all of them, but the first two, though they were videotaped, we were never given the videotapes of them to make available. So that's a sad situation, but you can listen to them. But
so going back to this question of like 100%.
And what I was saying is the claim that was made to me. Well, I'll give you an example. Every time when I was when Jerry Matatik's and I were debating the early church and the Marian dogmas initially on Long Island, I kept bringing up people who contradicted what Rome is teaching, and he would say, "Well, that's not tradition." Are you familiar with the Sixth Canon of the Council of Nicaea?
Do you mind if we finish what we were originally discussing about the known and every?
Yeah,
because I thought you were saying that my Bayesian analysis like is flawed in some way because understood and known in every
yes.
like in every age. I have to get to 100% certainty.
Yes.
Like, so this is good. This is what I wanted from the show with you today, is to learn from you. That's ultimately and this is great. This is exactly.
Well,
hoping we can do more of this.
Well,
I know you want to ask me questions and you have some other goals.
Well, let me just say, they may be older, but when we did debates back in the 90s with people like Mitch Pacwa, Patrick Madrid, Robertson Jenis, Gary Machuda on the Apocrypha, and I know
all of these on YouTube.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And the difference, honestly, the difference back then with today, a lot of the debates we have today, you got a guy sitting there with a fan going behind him on YouTube. Fundamental difference between the debates that you did back then and the debates you do today. I mean, you can do.
I think that's super unfair.
No, why? Why would that be unfair?
Well, because the discussions that I guess you're referring to me. Like No.
I was not referring to you. I'm simply talking about the fact. No. I wasn't saying. What I was saying is, I was not in any way saying anything about you. I was simply saying we have done debates on the papacy that are very in depth, and just because they were done in the 90s doesn't mean that the information is still not really relevant and really, really useful. So I'd highly recommend them to you. So. All right, there's so many of these things, Canon 6, and I don't get the feeling that you've how much interaction, real quick, have you had with Jerry Matatik's?
None.
See, that concerns me as well, because the modern Roman Catholic apologetic and its entire paradigm has been determined by Jerry Matatik's. Just really, really briefly, Jerry.
I know who. I know his story. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I just haven't read his stuff.
Yeah, it would be,
on other stuff.
But almost everybody you have been reading has been deeply influenced by him. Let's just put it that way.
Oh.
So I think I think you can see why it'd be very, very important to look at what happened with him. In fact, you know how I can prove it?
So you're really just talking about yourself.
Yes.
Like, I do it this way. Do it this way.
I believe I showed respect to him and my audience by preparing. Did you see my conversation with Peter Stravinskas on that?
No. Right.
Okay. I played it.
Say no to a lot of stuff.
That's fine. I watched. In fact, I will haunt you in your dreams if you do not start watching the debates that I've done with Roman Catholics for 20, 30 years. You will never sleep again. But
I did watch your debate with Ehrman. I did watch that one, and I thought that was really good.
Okay, well, but that's very different. You've got to watch the debate that I did with Father Peter Stravinskas. It's on Purgatory. You would think, that was one of the most revealing debates that I've ever done. 2001. Listen to the cross-examination. And
is this related to the Eucharist?
How would you define? See, you've lost me now because I've debated the papacy with numerous Roman Catholic apologists back and forth right at the raw time when people are dying on both sides of the Reformation. None of them took your position. So I'm just trying to figure out what it means but keep this in mind really quick. Are you familiar with Luther's dunghill?
No.
Oh, come on, man. What were you doing on every Reformation Sunday? I mean, you never dressed up like Martin Luther or anything like that? I mean, what have you been doing for your youth?
First of all,
okay, all right.
And I would look cooler than you.
Well, good luck with that. So, like I said, take the time to listen to the debate I did with Mitch Pacwa. Watch that one because it's available on YouTube. And see if you can't hear why that's a big area that we need to be addressing as well.
Do you mind if we finish what we were originally discussing about the known and everything?
Okay, I don't have time to redo it. We'll have to revisit this.
I really do appreciate you taking the time to have me on the show. I was at the Tim Stratton debate. I don't know if you saw me. I was there.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate you being with us today.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. God bless. Thank you.
See ya.